Hi and welcome back to Normski TV, doing another daily transfer with all things incoming and all things outgoing. It's been a couple of days since I uploaded. I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't normally do Sundays, but Friday and Saturday, just went away for a little short weekend break, just to kind of recuperate, get the batteries going again. So apologies for not letting you know, but I'm back again this week with some transfer dailies. I just want to talk about a couple of stuff to do with some possible incomings. Obviously, you know, we're looking at the Ben White deal. That's going to be very close. I will talk about that in a second. But first of all, let's deal with the midfield and Arsenal being linked, or being, as it were, being given the green light to possibly sign a midfielder from Borussia. What's the name of this team? It's Borussia Mönchengladbach. The guy's name is Denis. Let's just find him. I think his name is Denis. I did see his name here, so apologies. As you can see, Denis Zakaria, I think his name is Zakaria, from Borussia Mönchengladbach. 24 years old. They've got him valued at about £27 million. Plays as a defensive midfielder for Gladbach, also playing for the Swiss side, partnering Granit Xhaka, so he knows Granit Xhaka well. He said that he wants to leave the club. The owners and whoever, the manager, said that he wants to try somewhere new. Is refusing to sign a contract, and basically wants to maybe have a new challenge, and that's possibly in Europe, in the Premier League. He has not signed his contract. I think he's got a year left on his contract, and he basically is not going to sign it. So it seems as if Arsenal, again, Interest FC, Linked FC, have been linked with this player. He is a good player. As I said, he's 24 years old, big 6'3" player, got a lot of engine. He's got an engine on him, and maybe a cheaper option to maybe someone like Yves Bissouma, who's going to cost in the region of about 40 million. We've already also done a deal with Brighton for Ben White for 50 mil, but this might be a cheaper option. He's played up to 32 games for the Bundesliga side, and he's been a very good player. Apparently, one of the most, I think in the actual league, the most interceptions, most tackles and that. So this guy looks like a prospect. Someone, again, who fits the profile. He's 24 years old. As I said, got an engine on him, can play in that defensive role, but also he can progress the ball really well as well. So this is something that maybe Arsenal will probably look at. Now, at the moment, the situation is right now, the situation with Granit Xhaka, he still hasn't left the club, and I will come on to him. But this guy, is it someone that you would like to take? As I said, he's 24 years old. He's a Swiss international, and the club, Ebril, that's I think he's the owner or the manager, I'm not too sure it is. I said they've been trying to negotiate and extend his contract, but he doesn't seem to want to do it. Just here it says Zakaria, who joined Mönchengladbach from Young Boys in 2017, has been linked with a move to Manchester City, but Football London claims the news of his desire to leave has given Edu the green light. Now the thing is, his team didn't make Europe or Champions League. Now, I don't know what's going to make him want to come to Arsenal, because we ain't got no Champions League and we ain't got no Europe. But I suppose the thing is, it's going to be the money. I suppose we could really increase his wages, and the whole thing, playing in the Premier League, playing for a big club like Arsenal, that's going to be an attraction. I know Man City, as I said, have been linked with him, but they've got a lot of players in that position. And would he get game time? As I said, would you prefer him as a cheaper alternative to Yves Bissouma? Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Would he be a better acquisition to Yves Bissouma? So we're linked with this player, and £27 million, is something that Arsenal can afford. But as I said, the problem is that we're having difficulty getting players off our books. And it's something that I'm getting quite worried about, because, as I say, the season is not too far away now. Two and a bit weeks left. Transfer window obviously is going to end the end of August, so we've got maybe just under 6 weeks or so to try and get these deals done. And obviously we've got to get a lot of players off our books, and this is the problem that we're having right now. And the situation with the Roma is that apparently the deal's been put on ice, because at the moment Roma are not matching Arsenal's value of the player. Arsenal want 20 million euros, and it seems as if Roma don't want to pay that. Now, I know Mourinho wants Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka wants to go to Roma. There's I'm not know if it's a quote. He's just saying that he, has played his last game for Arsenal, and he wants to go and play for Roma. Now, a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago, whatever you want to call it, literally it was over the line. He was meant to be joining up with Roma for their pre-season. Obviously, a lot of paper talk, a lot of speculation, but the deal seems to have hit a snag, and the snag is that fee. Roma needs to stump up the money for Granit Xhaka, and listen, at the end of the day, he's worth that. Do you know what I mean? We are losing on. We paid 35 million, and when he was under Wenger when he bought him, and so we're not going to get our money back. But we need that kind of money to put forward to other targets that we're going to be after, and so that's the situation at the moment. That he could. The problem is that he could end up staying at the club, and that, for me, I just want to see the back of Granit Xhaka now. Do you know what I mean? He's never got us into the Champions League, and I just think he was the wrong player that Wenger went for. We had a choice to go for, Kante, and what happens? He decides that he's going to go for Granit Xhaka. For the love of the Lord, why he's done that, I don't know. But listen, we'll stick with. He's played the season, I think, something like 5 seasons or so. So, look, we'll have to just wait and see what happens with that. But that saga is still going on. That's going to rumble on for a little while still. Another situation is that maybe, we've been linked with James Maddison, and, £60 million. There's papers have been saying it, outlets have been saying it, reporters have been saying it, that Leicester are happy to offload him, but for the right price. They're quoting something of around about £60 million. And not only that, Leicester are interested in our player, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Maybe there's something that could be done where, a swap plus player, plus cash, 45 million and slap 15 million on Ainsley's head. We meet that. But whether that's going to happen or not, we don't know. It is a big price there. Now, the thing is, apparently Arsenal are looking at an alternative, and we've been linked with this player for God knows how long, and that's Isco. It's come up to his 30th birthday. Real Madrid have got a lot of problems financially, and they need to get players off their books. They're trying to get as many. Varane looks like he's gone to Man U. Now they're trying to get Isco, who's going to be obviously, back in the day, you're looking at 40 million plus. And I said we've been linked with him. He's now going to be coming up to his 30th birthday. I personally just think that boat has sailed. And I don't know why we would be going for Isco. Yeah, they're talking a value of around about £15 million. Again, his wages are going to be quite high. And not only that, maybe he wants to obviously showcase himself, because obviously you've got the World Cup coming up next year, and he wants to make this Spanish team. He didn't make it this year. And maybe he feels that he needs to be playing at a high level. And in terms of a high level, I mean in terms of playing in Champions League, so that, he is going to be, out there where everybody could see him. He may try and stay and fight for his position in Real Madrid, but, the way things are going on at Real Madrid, they're just trying to offload as many players as possible. So we're looking at this alternative, possibly again, interest in Isco. We've been linked with this guy for a long, long time. But personally speaking, if we could get James Maddison, that would be absolutely fantastic. Just because Smith Rowe has got the number 10 shirt, it does not mean to say that, our interest has stopped in James Maddison. It still won't go away. So I'm hoping that something could be done with that. In terms of the Locatelli deal, I just think that, Juventus are going to really be pushing for this. I think at the moment, they're the ones that are in front of us. We're still there, hanging on in the background, but I think Juventus are going to be the one that are going to be confident about securing Locatelli's signature. He wants to go to Juve. He's a Juve fan, and personally speaking, I just can't. It'd be a miracle if we did pull that off, but at the moment, can't see that happening. The Tammy Abraham situation still won't go. Apparently, Arsenal, according to the Express, Arsenal are ready to match Chelsea striker Tammy Abraham's £125,000 per week wage demand. That's what he wants. I think currently he's on about 80,000 at Chelsea. But, you know, obviously Tuchel is looking to offload him. You know, they're going after the Haaland deal, and they're at the moment looking to spend anywhere around about 130 to 150 million on this player. So they need the money. So it looks like Chelsea want to offload him, and Arsenal are interested in him. He's an Arsenal supporter again. And, you know, is that something? Is he better than Lacazette? Now, we're hearing that, you know, Arsenal will be willing to let go of Lacazette for only £15 million. As I said, he's coming up to his last year in his contract. And to be honest, he, you know, after that, he could be looking and choosing what club he wants to go to. Played in the pre-season against Millwall. I think he scored as well. So, you know, he looked sharp. You know, the whole team looked quite good yesterday. But the thing is that for me, was yesterday or Saturday, I can't remember. But for me, you know, again, put it in the comments. Would you prefer Tammy Abraham? He's only 23 years old, so there's a high ceiling for him. He can develop. Can Arsenal, can Arteta develop this guy to be a much better striker than what he is now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think we should still keep pursuing after this Tammy Abraham, or do you think we should spend our money elsewhere? We've got enough strikers. What we need is that creative midfielder, someone like a James Maddison. You know, there's talk, and again, with the Odegaard situation, that there could be a U-turn on that. There's a possibility that Arsenal could show interest again in Odegaard. There's talk that somebody from, I can't remember from what outlet, was saying that basically Odegaard is not being, it's not fitting in well with the rest of the teammates. Now, listen, read into that what you want. But I think at any chance, people are going to jump on it. Would you take Odegaard back? I prefer James Maddison. Me personally, I wouldn't be paying, you know, if Real Madrid are looking for 50 million, which I would not be paying for Odegaard, you know, I'd rather spend that money on James Maddison. He knows the Premier League, he scores goals. For me, Odegaard didn't score enough goals. He's an okay player, but I wouldn't say he's world class. He's an okay player. So let me know again in the comments what you think of the situation. Now, the Ramsdale situation. Ramsdale, Sheffield United, they want £40 million for this player. There's no way. I mean, you're paying that money. He's got to be your first choice keeper. Leno's back. Look, Leno is better than him as far as I'm concerned. But it seems as if that Gunners may have obviously identified an alternative, because for me personally, spending £32 million on Ramsdale, I know they're saying that the deals it's come to like £18 million with add-ons. It takes it to about £27 million, but I still wouldn't be paying that money for a second choice goalkeeper. Now, the Express is saying that, you know, Arsenal may pursue Sam Johnston, who plays for West Brom, who was also a backup keeper for the England team. I'd rather go for him. He's going to be a much cheaper option. And, you know, West Brom are looking anywhere between 12 million upwards. That for me works, yeah? He'd be the second choice keeper fighting Leno for his place. I would go for Sam Johnston for £12 million rather than paying 30 odd million pounds. And in this case, you know, Sheffield United are talking about £40 million. It could be just paper talk, but personally speaking, no way. The goalkeeper, Runnison, who was meant to be the backup keeper to Leno, looks like he's set to join Turkish outfit at Leh for the 2021-22 season. He's going to go there on loan, but I'm hoping it's something where they're going to actually take him on loan with an obligation to buy. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. He's not done well since coming in for Arsenal. And to personally see, I can't see him wearing a red and white shirt ever again. I just don't think he's good enough for Arsenal. So, you know, this is the situation at the moment. One last thing I just want to talk about, and that's Cedric. It looks like Arsenal may possibly go into the season with Cedric as their right back. You know, we was linked with players like Max Aarons, do you know what I mean? Lamptey, those sort of players, which I would prefer over Bellerin. Now, the situation with Bellerin is that we know his agents apparently have flown over to Italy and are going to be in talks with Inter Milan. The problem, the sticking point there is that Arsenal wanted to sell him outright, but Inter want to take him on loan with an obligation to buy. I just think we just need to get Bellerin off our books. He's been with us for 10 years. But it looks like Cedric might end up starting the season at that right back, the forgotten man. And now he didn't hardly play last season. Now he looks like he could be the one that's going to be starting at right back. You know, he seems like he's been doing well in pre-season. But, you know, these players, you know, for me personally speaking, are not good enough for Arsenal. We need good quality players. And for me, Cedric is not the one. We've got Chambers. Maybe Ainsley Maitland-Niles may stick around, but if it's something where we could do a deal with Leicester to get Maddison over the line, then brilliant, so be it. That's the situation now with Arsenal. We'll just have to wait and see what happens come tomorrow. You know, news is constantly changing, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll hear something with the Ben White. You know, hopefully that will be announced. Apparently, he should be having his medical, if not now, Wednesday, to be announced for next week. And we'll just wait and see what happens. But we need to get the players off of a Kolasinac, Bellerin, Xhaka, Torreira. There's loads of players, Reece Nelson, there's lots of players that we need to be shifting. And right now, we ain't seen anybody leave the club apart from, obviously, Saliba's gone on loan. You've got Mavropanos, who's gone along with an option to buy. You know, what's the other player's name with the long hair? Guendouzi, obviously he's gone along to Marseille. Hopefully that they will get done after he goes there on loan. He'll be bought. But we need to now see some incoming monies. Right now, we're not seeing that at the moment. Arsenal, keep saying it. Pull your fingers out and let's get moving on this. Guys, thanks for subscribing to the channel. If you're new, subscribe, share, like. I'm getting it all mixed up, but you know how it goes. It's been a long weekend, but I'm back. More Transfer Daily. Check me again tomorrow. Take care.